So it's Friday again. Here we are at the end of the week. Week seems to have gone pretty quickly. So what have we been up to this week? Well, on Monday, I followed up on two inquiries that I had last week in around looking at what I can do for a particular business. One of them is a sole trader who's looking to move their business now to the next level and become a limited company. And the other is actually a charity who's now wanting to maybe get more support from their accountants or accountant to help them expand and develop their services. So I went out and saw both of them on Monday. Tuesday then I was following up with the proposals for those two clients or prospective clients. I usually always have a one-to-one conversation first and try and glean as much information as I can around their requirements, and then I put a proposal together which breaks it down into the different services that I think they would require or that maybe they've asked me for, and I put price to that because I work on a fixed fee basis only. So any client that comes to me knows it's a fixed fee per month. And we agree that up front, and then for a specific period of time, it might be 3 months, 6 months, or hopefully 12 months. So you know exactly where you stand. There's no changing the goalposts halfway through. So that's what we're doing on Tuesday. Then Tuesday evening, I actually went to my first Mums at Work networking event, which was held in the Merchant Hotel in Belfast. I was quite nervous about going because I suppose it was my first time to go to such an event. There was over 120 female entrepreneurs there. And I guess because I'm not a mum, I kind of felt that I was not in the right place, albeit that you don't have to be a mum to be a member of Mums at Work. But I took the bull by the horns anyway and went, and I was very glad that I did. It was much easier once I was there. The organiser, Sinead Norton, made me feel very welcome as I first arrived. And then I got chatting to some great female entrepreneurs who are doing great work in the overall, mostly to do with mental health, personal development and coaching, first aid training, and lots of different things. So it was interesting to see and hear from different people and their different backgrounds and what they're trying to do, and it's all great stuff. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's always a bonus. Then on Wednesday, let me have a look. Oh yes, I met with a business partner. This is somebody I met back in around September time at a networking event, and we exchanged details on the basis that I thought that they had a service that I potentially could maybe pass on to some of my prospective clients in the future, and I was able to do that in the last number of weeks. So she had asked me to pop along and have a chat and a coffee, which we did. Now we've agreed that going forward we'll meet probably once a month. She also signposted me to a couple of other different networking events that she goes along to, and she thought maybe they would be useful. So I will give those a go, and thank you very much for signposting those to me. And yeah, that was interesting. And she was also commenting on the fact that she's been watching the videos and she can't believe the difference between the first time that she met me and today. So that was obviously very nice to hear. So yeah, it was good. So that was Wednesday. On Thursday, I was looking at doing some more direct marketing material. So worked on that. And I was also looking at my clients, my existing clients' management account templates, and trying to work out how I can simplify the information presentation wise so that it gets the right message across in terms of what they want to see, what they need to see, and what message it really gives, I suppose, because numbers can be very confusing to people and it can mean different things depending on what information you have. So it's trying to put financials and non-financials together so that you paint a meaningful picture for that point in time. So I spent a bit of time thinking about that based on the number of clients I've got, because they're all at different stages, different types of businesses as well. So not one size fits all. And so it was just trying to I suppose think ahead in terms of what they're going to need, what they've asked for, and how I can easily put that together for them. So today, this morning I published my book review. I'd said I would do a book review once a month. So January's book is the 7 Habits of Effective People. So I published that article, I put it up on LinkedIn. That's a very useful book. If you haven't read it or you want to read the summary, go along to my LinkedIn and you'll see it there. Take a read of it and see what you think. I'd love to hear the comments. So that's been my week. I'm hoping that my 2 prospective clients that I've done proposals for will come back with positive news for me. I'm very confident that I can definitely help them. It's whether they feel the time is right for them, and that's purely their decision, of course. So yeah, so that's my week. So now we're going to switch to Emmett's story, and we're going to look at the second part of Emmett's journey. If you remember last week, we did a bit at the end, and I said that each week going forward we would always do Emmett's story at the end of the weekly roundup. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, see you in a second. So here we are with Emmett's story. So Emmett, if you remember from last week, is looking to expand his business, and he needs to find himself an advisor, an accountant who's going to help him figure out how to do that. So he's gone along to maybe a networking event, or perhaps it's been referred, but he's managed to find an accountant, and that accountant is Ekstra Accounting Solutions. So he's rang me up and he's asked for a meeting, and I've given him a list of things that I think that it would help us in that first meeting to bring along. So that would be the latest set of accounts that he's got from his accountant. Would also be a copy of his business plan if he has one, a copy of his budget again if he has one, and to think about really what he wants out of employing somebody like myself, so that I get a fair idea what he's trying to achieve, and how I can help him, and what information he's got to date to help him achieve this idea that he has in his head about expanding his business. So we've set up a meeting, and what we'll do is at the end of that meeting, then I'll go away and have a think about what has been said, and Emmett will also have time to reflect on that conversation. And hopefully, I suppose one of the key things about that first initial meeting is to, I suppose, maybe find out how we get on with each other, and whether we can work together, because that's clearly very important at the beginning of any relationship, particularly if I'm going to be his finance business partner going forward. You want to know that we're comfortable with each other, that we understand what we need to do, because sometimes there'll be things that you maybe don't like to hear or don't want to hear. There'll be things you have to address that you maybe have been putting off, but all of those things are all achievable and doable if we have the right mindset and the right approach to it. So the next week we'll look at that first meeting and what we gleaned out of it. We'll see what Emmett brings along to the meeting, and we'll see where we go from there. So that's where we're at the minute. Okay, see you all next week.